Episode 307. Tonight we discuss Your Friendly Nurse, Bar Stink, Pigeon Still Missing, but Not Missed, Diarrhea and Questions, and beer.
Which
Slurp sip.
plant seed should this bullet poop?
Ferns.
Him.
The manhood flying out of my mouth.
Reach in at your own risk. This is the Loaded Couch.
Very nice.
All right, and we're back with episode 308 of The Loaded Couch, and I'm the man who needs Pigeon back only if to do the notes. Ha!
Really? For sure. Slacking off.
Scotch Hound.
And Space Plans, the best.
That's right. Cool. All right.
Two.
Right into our pregame diarrhea of the mouth, or what's happening in Florida, or if it's now our quiz show, is it Florida, Russia, or Phillipsburg? And from what I heard, our number one fan got a 3 out of 3 last week.
Oh,
So let's
do we
say.
believe him or is that fake news?
I don't know.
I believe him.
He texted. He goes, "Who's better than you?" I got a 3 out of 3. Okay.
See, sure.
Yeah.
You are fake news.
Nice.
Could be fake news.
That's possible. All right, let's see if we can stump them this week. So, right into it. Our first one is police officers found a slithery subject during a recent DUI stop. It was an emotional support snake. That's quoted. Quote, emotional support snake. End quote.
Hey, baby, I got emotional skirt. Support snake right through my pants.
The police department posted a message on social media. Posted on social media saying they found the reptile during the traffic stop last Wednesday. They did not release information to what happened to the python or its owner, but did say the, quote, snake was not driving, end quote.
Okay, snake. Right off the cuff, off the bat. You know the answers, right? Of course you do.
Yes.
You put these together. Florida. Florida's my guess. That's a Florida
Okay,
story.
I'll put-
All
I'll
day.
put Florida in here for you. All day. All day. All of them are Florida all day. You know this.
When in doubt, Florida's probably the answer.
Right. All right. Number 2. All right. So your first guess is Florida. All right. Number 2.
Yeah.
A nursing home boss wanted his new chef, who we will call Grandma, to make him her whipping boy. New court papers allege. A 51-year-old grandmother says her nursing home supervisor, who we'll refer to now as Boss Man, tried to rope her into a sadomasochist relationship on her very first day of work.
51-year-old grandma?
Yeah.
Just doing math. Okay, got it.
Yeah. Saying, quote, "I would like to be your slave, and you can be my master." It was, quote, made clear that he hired her specifically because he desired to enter into some sort of sadomasochistic sexual relationship with her where she would sexually dominate him in some sort of imaginary dungeon.
This is at a nursing home, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Just
Boss
reminding
Man showed
the listener.
Grandma a collar and a bracelet with the words master, telling her, quote, "I really want to order these. I will give you the key and you will really be my master."
So do you want me to show you around? I know you're new here, so.
Oh my God. So going on, Grandma recoiled and told him, quote, he was out of his mind. The court documents claim. Boss Man continued to mercilessly sexually harass Grandma for the rest of her shift. But when Grandma was leaving, Boss Man asked her what she was doing after work, saying, quote, "We can go shopping for a collar." End
This
quote.
guy jumped right in there.
That's right, which was ignored, but that didn't stop Boss Man from sexting her that evening and following up the next day at work with, quote, "I could hardly sleep last night waiting to see you again," end quote.
Jeez,
Before
this
informing
guy-
her, he bought the, quote, master collar.
Just kidding, I had it. I already ordered it last week.
Yeah, I pre-ordered it now when you were being hired. So then on August 26th, Boss Man texted naked pics of himself to Grandma, stating, quote, "Hope it pleases you, master," end quote.
Of course he did.
Grandma noted, quote, "My first thought was, thank God my granddaughters aren't here because they are always grabbing my phone to play games. And my second thought was, I had enough." And she informed Boss Man she didn't feel safe and wouldn't be coming into work. A day later, Boss Man told Grandma he was firing her over a 2005 felony on her record. despite the fact that Grandma had disclosed the offense in her application. Grandma continues to suffer severe emotional trauma and financial loss as she attempts to rebuild her life and her career, stating, quote, "I need this job, and I thought if I ignored it, then it would pass. I didn't want to lose the job. I was stuck between a rock and a hard place." But a crash for that rock and a hard place joke there at the end. There it is.
God, I couldn't find it fast enough.
The naked pictures, the hard place in his pants.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Gosh, all right.
So,
So
51-year-old
where was
grandma.
all of that?
Exactly.
There's a lot to dissect there. We could make a whole episode just out of that story. But in interest of time,
Right.
I want to say that that's Russia. That
Russia.
feels Russian to me.
Okay.
Yeah. Even though it says his name is Ferrara, and that's not a very Russian-sounding name.
Right.
I'm going to go with my gut. That was my first answer. I'm going to stick with it. I don't want to question myself that much. But man, now it really does kind of sound like Phillipsburg. I'm going with Russia. Russia's my answer.
All right. And then last is stating that it was too hot to work in scrubs. A nurse was attending her patients in a bikini.
Oh, hey.
And the consequences were she was criticized by the hospital management. And this is a cartoon representation of what the nurse wore to fight the heat during COVID.
Jeez.
So it's like a big plastic sock. It was weird. I mean, she had the goggles,
too hot,
the mask
but she
on.
stuffed herself back into a plastic outfit.
Right, exactly. But she had a bikini on underneath, but it was a clear plastic, like complete body cover. It was,
Right. That's not cooling anything off. That's not cooling anything off.
So I don't
No
know
one's
if this
getting
was like
it
mandatory wear during like regular work with clothes on anyway. So she just said, "Screw it, if I have to wear this plastic sock, I'm just gonna do it with a bikini on," or if the
I
plastic
guess so,
was added because the bikini was being worn.
I'm sweating my tits off in here. I gotta cool down a little.
Right.
This COVID fighting is really wearing me down. I guess I'm left with Phillipsburg. I'm hoping that Phillipsburg has a hospital, or that there's at least one in Western Jersey close enough.
We do have a hospital in
good.
town.
Yes, good. Okay, good. All right, good. Because otherwise, that sounds like a Florida one, but I already used Florida, so there can't be a repeat. Unless that's the old trick question. But I mean, just the heat alone, it can't be Russia, right? No
that
way.
would be thought, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's my number 1, Florida. Number 2, Russia. Number 3, Pittsburgh.
Okay. All right. Well, just to answer, and for those listeners who are keeping track for themselves, number 1 was the police officer and pythons, and that was Florida. So, Dan, you got that right. Ding, 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 ding.
Got it.
Number 2 was the sadomasochistic boss who wanted to be dominated by the 51-year-old grandmother, and that was Phillipsburg.
Oh my God. You're kidding.
They weren't actually residents of, but they worked, I guess, in a retirement
Close
facility
enough.
in Phillipsburg.
That's fine. I figured that was on the other side of the friggin' planet, and that's like down the street. It doesn't matter if technically it's too close. Close enough.
And then there you go. That's it.
Hey.
Whoa. And then the nurse in the clear plastic scrubs with a bikini on is Russia.
Russia. It was so hot in Russia. That's not a combination I was expecting.
I
You
know,
got me.
me either.
Until they got me there. Good game. I love it.
I love it.
Well, I do.
So good.
I do.
All right, so before we start our beer mash, we have Frog of Destiny pick for the month of April. So I have some names here.
Oh, right. Jesus.
And the game that we had to play, or the movie you had to watch was Biggie. I got a story to tell.
Yeah.
That was by you.
Yeah. That's true.
And the winner for the month of, it's you again.
No, make it you. It's been me the last 2 months in a row. Can I default?
I
to
shook
give
him
you a
up and
chance?
everything. I can go again if you'd like. I'll shake him up again. There's 3 names. It's you, me, and Pigeon I got in here just to give him a chance to do something.
Yeah,
Let's
jeez.
see.
Could at least send one text.
All right, Pigeon. Pigeon won.
There you go.
No,
But
let's
good.
see- let's see what he says.
Finally. Too busy.
That's right.
Can't have
Let's
no
see what
time to
Pigeon
look
has
for
to say.
movies.
So for the listeners, since he's not on, we should disqualify him just for principle. But because it's just the 2 of us, we're going to give him a chance to tweet out what his movie of the month is.
Any opportunity to give him a hard time is an opportunity worth taking.
Especially since he has all the time in the world to watch movies now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's right.
Oh, that's
us sending him booby pictures again, right? So he can go into the bathroom.
What are you doing to me?
That's right.
helping you.
Yeah, I told him because I was talking to him on the phone. I'm like, "Did you listen to episode 306?" He goes, "Why?" I said, "Because I included that phone conversation in the show." He goes, "What?" All right, beer mash. What are you drinking?
I got a new one, brand new one to me. It's called Hazy Wonder.
Okay.
It's from Lagunitas. It's an IPA naturally, because that's all that matters.
I left
to
that
me,
in
my
there just
palate.
because.
Yeah, it's hard coded in there now. That's good. Save typing. Save keystrokes. That's efficient. It's from Petaluma, California. It's hazy yellow and 6% alcohol. What you got?
All right, I got the Focal Banger. It's from the Alchemist in Vermont. It's an IPA out of Stowe, Vermont. Black can, because again, on the top of the can it says "drink from the can."
Okay, well, if that's what it says.
I know. I'm just following the rules, and it's 7% alcohol.
So would you get a variety pack from the Alchemist?
No, again, this is that mixed 6-pack that whatever's brought over. And
So technically variety.
yes, yeah, but no, it's just I think just these two from the Alchemist. So it's not
Got
like
it. Okay.
All right, beer news. All right, let's share a beer lesson for this episode. The following are beer words most of us don't know or use regularly regarding beer or beer drinking. We do know some of these, but not all of them. So,
okay.
The first one is macro lager.
What's
this
that?
is anything that isn't craft beer, and it's kind of a bad word supposedly in the beer world, or so I hear. And it refers to things like Budweiser, the big ones. Yeah, exactly. So macro lager.
Okay.
The next is dry hopped, and this is when you add dry hops for extra flavor, not the bitterness, after fermentation is done.
Okay. So afterwards in the process. Got it.
Bottle conditioning, and this is where you carbonate the beer when it's going into the bottle by adding yeast and sugar, not doing it with mechanically afterwards, say kind of like a soda stream type of thing where you're using like carbon dioxide to force the carbonation into it.
Right.
But you end up with like sediment and stuff in the bottle doing it this way.
Okay. And that adds carbonation by sugar and yeast?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
The yeast, when it feeds on the sugar, I guess it releases carbon dioxide, and because it's in a closed container, it carbonates.
It's got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
IBUs, and speaking of the bottle conditioning, that's anytime I've done a home brew, that is always the way that I've carbonated my beers.
Okay. Yeah, and that's what I was thinking, because I have a kegerator. I don't use it anymore, but I have one, and it works in the same fashion that a soda machine works, where you have a keg full of beer and then you have a canister full of CO2, and then as you pull the handle, the two blend.
I gotcha.
And we're out.
Okay, gotcha. The next is IBUs, which of course is the international, I think, right?
Yep.
Bittering units. It's just your bitterness scale for how bitter a beer is. Typically, your IPAs are the highest of the bitter scale beers. Higher, I should say. All right, adjunct. It's usually a professor, right?
So I was gonna. Damn, you beat me to it. Good joke.
All right, so this is grains other than the typical malted barley, like rice and corn, which they said is used by the big, Budweisers and stuff like that as additional
macro
fillers.
Brews?
Yeah, exactly. Macro lagers.
Macro crap.
Yeah, corns and rices used as filler.
Okay.
All right, malty. It's just beers that have a malt flavor, like a bready or a caramel flavor to them.
I don't think I love malty.
Straightforward. What's that? You don't?
I don't think so.
No, they said
that's what I keep calling malty, and syrupy is what I imagine. So I'm kind of
right. I was going to say they kind of got into the chocolates and stuff like that too. Kind of can be included in that malty flavor.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. Got
it. Noble hops. This is 4 hops grown in specific regions of Germany and the Czech Republic.
So only grow there.
Yes, and it's the Saaz, S-A-A-Z, the Hallertau, Hallertau, the Spalt, and the Tettnang type of hops.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Yeah. There's esters. It's a flavor compound typically found in ales that are usually fruity.
Okay, Pidgeman loves those.
Exactly.
He loves some esters.
He loves... Exactly. There's piney, typical of your bitter IPAs that have a pine tree flavor similar to a juniper gin, kind of more earthy type of flavors. There's gravity. It's the measurement of dissolved solids as a factor of density measured before and after fermentation to help determine a beer's ABV or alcohol by volume.
Jeez, there's a whole lesson here.
Right. There is actually, they sell like a scale. It's got like a weight in the bottom of it, and you drop it into your beer, like when I've done the homebrew and stuff, and it gets to a point where it just floats, and then it'll tell you what your gravity is. And again, you drop it into the beer before you bottle it, and then, before you ferment it, and then when you're getting ready to bottle it, and it'll give you the difference, and then you can figure out what your ABV is.
Cool.
Yeah. Imperial and double. It's a beer style that has increased ABV by adding additional hops and malt to the process, typically doubling it.
I was going to say, like twice the amount.
Right, yeah, exactly. All right, there's single hopped, a beer made with one specific hop, and they say it's not common, but you typically get more flavor out of it, I guess, out of the hop itself.
Maybe because just the one, there's no combination.
Right, yeah, I guess.
Okay, makes sense.
These Brettanomyces, I think they just call them Bretts or whatever. It's a wild yeast that can spontaneously or intentionally participate in the fermentation process of brewing. And they add acidity to the beer.
Okay.
There's clean, means the beer lacks dimension or is flat in flavor profile. Session beer, it's a low ABV beer that can be consumed in large quantities or one session.
Was that why they call it a session?
I think so. That's what they said.
I've had them before. They're low. They're very flavorless.
Right.
Few that I've had.
There's skunked, which most all of us use or have used or know, but that's supposedly done by UV exposure, which can warm and also change the compounds in beer, leaving a bad taste and smell. And they use darker, like the brown bottles of glass bottles, help deter this from happening.
Yep. So like Coronas and anything in a green bottle.
Yeah, or the clear ones, like Corona, like you said. Yeah, they go really quick. There's fresh hopped / wet hopped, and this is adding freshly cut hops, because typically hops are kiln dried when they're sold to the brewers usually, into the beer. So this is just fresh ones that they usually add into your beer for the process.
Okay.
Yeasty, it's a bready beer similar to that malty flavor profile. This just has more of a bread flavor to it.
Yeah. Okay.
And then fennels, I think fennels are used in cooking too. I've seen them in hams and stuff around the holidays and stuff. But they have like they say it has like a clovey type of flavor or a spicy flavor. But some people have said that it has like a plasticky medicine, kind of like a Band-Aid type of flavor to it too. So yeah.
I can't say I've ever seen that on any of the beers I've drinking before, but
fennel, yeah.
Yeah, I would probably like fennel seeds on rye bread. Ugh.
Okay.
Is that the same fennel?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, from what I saw in the picture, that's what it looked like. They're like
gross.
The little stems, and then little things.
Ugh, no thanks.
All right, so that's our beer lesson for the episode.
Wow, look at that! You learned something.
That's right. All right, moving on into our beer news. Miller Lite went and made a dive bar scented candle.
Ew, why? A macro beer made a dive car.
A macro lager.
Dive bar set. Right.
So, what smells would you need to be in there to make it smell authentic?
Definitely pee. A lot of dried up pee. Just like all over the floor.
I was gonna say like cigarette butts and stuff, but
yeah, well, luckily they've kind of eradicated most smoking from most places anymore. So it's just gotten just the pee smell is just overwhelming.
It used to be drowned out by cigarette smoke.
Right, cigarettes used to be like, at least it doesn't smell like piss in here. Probably some burnt whatever their piece of crap cuisine is. Okay. Although sometimes you will find the occasional dive bar that, for some reason, maybe because that griddle's never been cleaned before, but the food tastes like greasy and good. Yeah, so good. Like, give me more of them. How many cheeseburgers come on a small? 5? Sweet.
Well, that's like when I was talking to whatever's last weekend, and we were talking about like when you would leave the nightclub or whatever, you'd go to Pizza Shitty, and it was the best pizza in the world when you were drunk.
So bad.
Only when you were drunk.
Yeah, because if you stop by there in between classes or something, like the next class, like, I can't, my stomach, I gotta leave.
It was Pizza Shitty at that
concentrate. Point. It was so shitty. When I had worked at, I think my second quote unquote real job after finishing Rutgers. It was right down the street from Rutgers in Piscataway. So every once in a while we would get in the car and go onto campus, and we go to, I think it was the Corner Tavern.
Okay.
And it was a dive bar, and they had like really cheap lunch, but it was like cheap cheeseburgers and cheap chicken wings and chicken fingers and stuff, and you could get a whole meal with a tip and a beer for like $7.
Nice.
I was like, oh, this is great.
Wait, was it the
But was
Corner
so
or the
greasy.
Court?
No, it was definitely wasn't the Court Tavern where all the concerts were. I think it was called. I'm pretty sure it was called the Corner
Okay.
Tavern, because it was a little bit off. It was near Easton, but it was a little bit set in. It was kind of by the hockey kids had a house.
Okay.
And it was like right around the corner from the hockey house.
Gotcha.
I remember there, and I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was called the Corner Bar.
Okay.
I'd have to look up just to be sure, but
I
it was pretty. They had good crappy burgers for lunch.
Gotcha. It was kind of just behind like main campus, main Ave, kind of like a block and a
Yeah,
half
yep.
off, right? Yeah. Okay. I think I
Yep,
know exactly
yep,
what
for
you're
sure.
talking about. Yep.
Mhm.
All right. Well, Miller Lite with their dive bar, they're also releasing a limited edition line of bar smell candles. Dive bar being one, game day bar being another, and then beer garden being their last.
Yeah, I mean, I guess some chicken wing scents in there,
Yeah.
something burning, and lots of pee, lots of dried up pee.
I'm glad you didn't go like vomit and like too much
No,
perfume and hairspray.
Luckily, I mean, you've seen it. I've seen somebody not be able to hold their liquor occasionally, but that's been definitely more of a rarity. I've seen that more at house parties than out at the bar, I would
Right.
say, in my experience at least. So, but definitely there's pee all over the place.
Gotcha. All right. I was going to go into one thing. I'm not going to do that. So let's take a break.
All right.
Get some beer in us.
Okay.
And we'll be back with Let's Talk Games.
Yeah.
Need a friend? Pigeon too. Maybe you could be his friend. Screw him. Reach me at scotchhound_LC or our website, loadedcouch.com.
I hate tea and I hate kelk, but I love the Loaded Couch podcast. So listen on your favorite apps and our website, theloadedcouch.com.
Oh boy.
Let's
What?
talk
Dog
games. That's right. Good.
Games. Good games.
All right. Beer refill or just still drinking? Ooh.
I still got my hazy.
Hazy
Is
Wonder.
it called hazy? Oh yeah, hazy wonder. It
Okay.
is called hazy
And
wonder.
I'm still in my focal banger. All right.
Nice.
Games. What'd you play?
I actually played something this week. There's something to say instead of last week. So I played a little bit of Animal Crossing New Horizons.
Mm-hmm.
My girls wanted to play it, so I said, "All right, fine, let's turn it on." And I took the controller at first, but I'm sort of definitely over it
Okay.
at this point. I think so. I mean, I walked around. My guy woke up. He shook his head because I haven't played with him in months.
He liked
So
his
his
hair
hair was
before
all
he shook his
messy.
head, right?
Yeah, right. It was like a mop up there,
Yep.
and the girls laughed. They're like, "Look at me! Oh, he's gonna do it!" So he shook his head, and then his haircut came back, and then so I checked the store, I checked the clothing store, I checked my mail, I sold some stuff, and then they wanted to play. So I did technically play a little bit. I was hoping that there was going to be something for thanks for playing for a year, which they did send you a gift.
Mhm.
They sent me a cake.
Okay.
I thought they were going to do something, some sort of anniversary. I don't know, something. But they're prepping for Bunny Day, which is this weekend.
Yes. Yeah.
So I was like, oh, I remember.
Did you start
I
getting your
remember
eggs
this
and
from a year
stuff?
ago. Yeah, I found a couple of earth eggs, and I shook a couple of trees, and I think I did get an egg out of a balloon.
Yep.
So I did get some of those.
You didn't go
but
diving for
there's-
any of the sea eggs?
No, that's what I was trying to fish for an egg, and I didn't even think of diving for eggs. I was
Okay.
I was hoping some of the fish were going to be an egg, but
Gotcha.
I caught a couple of fish, and I was like, I know I'm not going to turn this back on again, so I don't know. Okay.
I'm not getting into this weekend.
Right, exactly. So the girls played, and they just like changing their outfits. That's all they want to do anymore.
Okay.
They just go to the clothing store, and then they go back to their dressing room, and then they change their haircut, and then they change their clothes, and as soon as they change, then they fight and say, no, it's my turn, and then that's all they do is take turns changing their in-game clothes.
Gotcha.
So we played that. I played a little bit more Poker Bros. It's just something I play at night, just to kind of get that little fix of playing online poker a little
Did you
bit.
muster up the courage to do a bigger hand?
I did up my ante. I went to the $1,000 buy-in.
Whoa.
Which I'm now sitting at $20,000. I was like, oh, all right, I'll spend 1,000. Actually, but what I did start since we talked about it last, I looked to see which room, because they have like probably 9 different room options with different amounts you can buy in for. So I just looked to see which room has the most amount of players.
Okay.
So I can kind of guarantee that I'll get a spot at a table.
Gotcha.
So I kind of look at it that way. And then I played a little bit of Call of Duty, whatever the most recent one is. I played that one night with Omega for, yeah, that sounds right. ColdWar. So I played that for a couple of hours with Omega the other night. But it's funny because we just choose like quick play.
Yep.
And they must only have 4 maps because and one of them is Nuketown from a decade ago.
Right.
So it's Nuketown, and there's one that's like a Air Force, not an Air Force, like a air hangar is the word I was looking for. It's like an abandoned hangar, and then I'm trying to think what the other 2 are, but it's the same maps over and over and over.
Are they all
one's
small
inside
maps?
a warehouse. Yeah. They're all really small.
Okay.
One's inside a warehouse, one's Nuketown, one's this hangar, and there's one other one, and I'm trying to recall what it is. But they're all tiny, and it's the same Call of Duty. It's run and gun and die and respawn.
Right.
That's all it is. And it's even just Nuketown still. So it's like not even a new map. It's just the same thing as always. There's a bunch of different game modes, but everybody just plays kill 'em all, like or team deathmatch.
Are the shotguns overpowered?
I wouldn't say that I noticed that they were overpowered, but I can't say
everybody's doing the run and slide and shotgun in the shins.
Yeah,
type
that's
of thing.
all. All that's still. You just run full speed. You slide. You jump. You throw a grenade. You just shoot and pray and hope for the best.
Gotcha.
And it's sort of fun, but it's you kind of go like, yeah, that's why I stopped playing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, been here, done that.
Gotcha.
What about you? What'd you play?
I played some more Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Nice.
Yeah. Still rolling on that. I'm up. I have 3 of the Divine Beasts unlocked now, or at least beaten. I have my Master Sword. I'm just trying to explore the map fully, completely open everything and stuff, get all the shrine quests and stuff done. So that had been going on that. Played some Super Smash Bros. Ultimate with Jonas and Nicole.
Nice.
That's just fun because we play different game types. Like we had to play 3 matches and the best of 3 won, I guess.
Okay. Do you always stick with the same character, or do you change it up all the time?
I don't change it up all the time. I my default is always Yoshi, and then I go to Young Link. Okay. Full grown Link or Breath of the Wild Link. And then I also play as Samus. I made a Mii character. Who's a swordman, so I use them. I try to change it up a little bit here and there, but not a whole lot because Nicole's like, I don't remember who you are, and she's like attacking me the whole time. Yeah, that's always fun.
Okay.
So we played that. Then we played. I played some Overwatch with Pigeon. Jumped back into that. Got 3 or 4 games, or 3 or 4 wins in, I should say. It was probably like a good 8 or 10 games that we played.
Okay.
In.
That's a good run then.
Yeah, it was kind of like riding a bike. It came right back. It's been a little while, like 3 weeks or something like that, but it came right back.
Yeah.
And then because we weren't winning and Pigeon was getting frustrated with losing, he's like, want to play something else? Okay. All right, what do you want to play? And he's like naming games. I'm like, okay, I don't think I have that yet. I didn't download that, or I scheduled it to download, but I stopped the actual download. So he goes, do you still have Borderlands 3? I said, yeah. So we started that up and
stuck with that.
Yep. Got back. He's like, I've beaten it, but I want to help you beat it now. So yeah, kind of jumped back in.
Right. What level in Borderlands are you about? Do you remember?
I have no idea. No clue. Maybe
Teens,
30
early?
something.
Oh, you're further than I did. I think I made it to maybe, I'm going to say 18, give or take like 5.
Okay. Yeah, no,
Somewhere.
I played with him a bunch right before we stopped playing it. And I think that was right
Okay.
before you came on and we were playing Overwatch together.
Yeah.
And I think I made it there because I think he was like a level 60 something.
Yeah. Well, I believe him that he said he beat it. I don't doubt that.
Right. So, all right, Jack Mayhoff, you had us playing Outer Wilds this month.
Yeah, still got a couple days if you
That's
haven't played it at all yet.
Yep.
Which I'll have to try to find. I played some. I should play a little bit more.
So, all right, and I have. Let's see.
Not me. Make it not me. I got both back to back.
It's you again.
Oh, come on.
I don't
Do
know.
it again.
Dude, there's 3 of them here. Do it again. Come on, we can't. All right. One more time. If it's you again, it sticks.
All right, fine. Fair enough.
All right. I'm just shaking them in my hands and picking up the first one I look at. I think this one's
All right.
Pigeon again. Yep, it is Pigeon. Pigeon.
All right, good. There you go.
All right,
But
so you got movie and game.
You got the whole month.
That's right. So that means he
Maybe we
has
should-
to be on the show at some point to talk about it at least once next month.
Yeah, it's going to be deducted. Oh, he's going to be deducted so much points.
Well, he's going to be deducted so much points for this month not being on. That's right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, so much points.
That's right.
And he didn't know 2021 the Corona tax hits. It's a lot. It's expensive.
And no Friendly Bucks pays for it either.
No what? Real bucks.
That's right. All right, Microsoft news. Xbox now leads in the Mexican market with more than 50% market share.
Wow.
Even Nintendo seems to be pushing out PlayStation there too.
Wow. What does everybody like about Xbox in Mexico?
I don't know. And they
got
said
an
the
X?
360, I think, was the biggest. It was like 57% market share or something like that.
Well, cool.
But they said
All
the,
right.
the XS and the One are definitely, I think, second in line or third in line or something like that for that. So, yeah.
Cool.
And then why is Game Pass winning, you ask? I know you didn't ask
why?
that, but Xbox exec Sarah Bond shared that Game Pass users do more. They 20% more time gaming. They play
Okay.
30% more games, of course, because it's fucking 100
Wow.
games. Yeah.
Duh.
They play 40% more genres of game,
Also, duh.
and they spend 20% more money on gaming overall.
That's is it because they charge for Game Pass? Is
Well, no,
that
they
how
were
they're
saying
doing
because she
come up with
actually
these
made
numbers?
a connection where she was saying that Game Pass has a different structure than something like a Netflix, where Netflix, it's like you pay it, but then all it is you're watching. Where Game Pass
Right.
has it where, yeah, you're buying games or you get these games for what you're paying for, but then there's other things to purchase inside of those games. Or there's
True.
controllers that you can buy, headsets you can buy,
right.
those types of things.
So they're counting all the peripherals, all the add-ons, all the game skins,
Collectibles,
everything.
everything else. Yep, exactly.
Okay.
So,
All right.
and then just for the numbers, they said approximately 18 million people were subscribed to Game Pass as of January 2021.
That's a lot of people.
18 million times $60 a year or $100 a year.
Yeah, that's good. I'm no mathematician, but that's
That's a lot of zeros.
like $3,000 or $4,000. That's a lot.
All right, and then speaking of numbers of people playing things, those that have Game Pass should note that Xbox is adding a bunch of games for Game Pass, and now that have xCloud Play, especially this month. And then over 20 ID at Xbox games will be available day one with Xbox or Game Pass subscriptions.
Yeah, there's that new game
releases.
that's coming out. I forget what it's called, but it's day one release through Game Pass. Like I think next month.
Yep.
I forget what it's called though.
Yeah, a lot of
Maybe pitch
things are doing that with this Game Pass subscription service. You're getting it the day that it releases, so you don't have to buy it. And
Yeah, I'm worried the price is going to go up because it's like such a good deal
for
if you have
Game
an
Pass.
Xbox.
Oh yeah.
There's just so much. You get so much for
Right.
your dollar.
I know it's really hard to not do it.
It doesn't make any sense not to. There's no reason not to.
Right.
Unless you really, really, really only like one or two games. You're like, I don't want to play anything else. I just want to play these two games and that's it. I
or
want
you're
to
a
touch
free to play
nothing else.
guy only, or you have maybe your Steam collection that you don't like doing other than computer, but you had to buy a console and you do it that way and you don't want to spend the money. Yeah, I get it, but if you're a
I'm
console
only
player, it's
playing
hard to
Overwatch.
sell not buying it. Yeah.
Like if you just play Overwatch all the time, just Overwatch, then maybe you don't need it.
Right. Or something like a freebie, like a Fortnite or something like that. Your kid's only going to play Fortnite or Minecraft, and you don't need it.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard not to.
Yeah.
All right, and then last thing in Microsoft news is the spring sale is up and ready for games, computers, accessories, and more. So go check it out, I guess.
Oh yeah, I'm in the market for a computer.
That's right.
I'll have to look.
Spring sale
Microsoft.
starts. Well, I think it starts in a few days because we're recording, and the release actually is in a little bit. But I think it's before the end of the month, or right at the end of the month it starts. So.
Okay, that's only 2 more days. I can wait that.
Yep, exactly. All right, Sony news. Sony allegedly closing PS3, PSP, and Vita stores this summer.
Oh yeah. Goodbye PS3.
Yeah. PSP and
That
Vita.
one seems the most. That one seems the most shocking out of those three that you
Right.
just rambled off.
I mean, the 4's been out, what, 7 years now? 8 years?
Yeah, that's true. I guess that's PS3 is the same thing as Xbox 360.
But
Same
I
time
think
frame.
of third world country people that aren't getting the 4 and the 5 yet, and that still just keep rocking. It's just like the Xbox with the 360. I mean, they're still rocking that thing, I'll bet you.
Yeah, it's doing fine in Mexico. We just learned.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're not
Seriously.
third world.
Nope. All right, Sony is offering 10 free games to hashtag play at home, which starts March 25th, or it started March 25th since it's already passed. That's
Okay.
Subnautica, Enter the Gungeon, Thumper, Paper Beast, Astrobot, which is a VR game, Moss, The Witness, Abzu, and Rez Infinite. And those are all free to play as of March 25th, so go check those out if you have a PlayStation and you haven't checked them out yet.
It's like a mini Game Pass sort of.
Yep.
For if you only own a PlayStation, it's not bad.
Yeah, and then also in April 19th, Horizon Zero Dawn, which is a really good game, is going to be free as well. So, but it's all
Cool.
these are all limited time releases, so make sure you check them out now, and
Got
or
it.
around April 19th for Horizon Zero Dawn if you're interested.
Got it. Yeah.
And then the last thing in Sony news is Sony is adding trophies to older emulated games, or finding out a way to do that. They have a patent for the ability to add trophy rewards to emulated games that predate the trophies reward system.
Okay. Well,
So-
go back in time for trophies.
Yeah, and their trophy system is kind of like the gamer point or the gamer score that Pigeon loves to, farm. Him and his 100,000
The
plus
floods,
gamer
right.
score that he's got.
Oh, don't mind me. 112,000.
That's right, yeah. Although I love to rub it in his face that it's like I think probably 56,000 of that's his daughter's playing under his account name. But we won't go there.
We won't cut it in half
That's
immediately.
It would be a third. You got to get that
Yeah,
third
we should
joke
cut
in
it by
there.
the thirds. Good one. You nailed it.
Nailed it. All right, and then last Nintendo news. Well, no, that's not actually. No, last in Nintendo news. Oh, nice. Snap it. Well, it seems Nintendo may be taking the easy way out. They are rumored to be using a new NVIDIA chip in their upgraded
Oh.
Switch that will upscale their games to 4K, not output 4K natively.
Ooh, can't watch. Can't even play. My eyes. Can't even look at that.
Right. So they're not actually 4K, they're being upscaled.
I can't look at that.
Yeah.
Totally unplayable.
I don't know if yeah. Is that a bad thing? If it's a cheaper, easier way out to get yourself up to current standards?
Nope, I don't think so. They're going to take any business in general is going to do whatever the cheapest way is to get to them to the next goal.
Right.
That's also profitable and not going to cause their downstream users a headaches just with it, and they come back and complain.
Or a $500 price tag like the Xboxes and PlayStations are rolling.
Right. They're still trying to keep it low. They're trying to make it more for everybody.
Right.
No, I think that's totally fine.
Okay. And then the thing is I know Xbox and PlayStation are probably starting to work on 8K and everything else moving forward.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I don't know who would be like, I can't look at that. Like your average Nintendo player, they're just happy that it plays and they can play Mario. I was actually looking for Mario Golf the other day to see when the release date was. I couldn't remember when we talked about it. It's not till June.
Yeah.
Disappointed.
I know, yeah. That's a summertime thing.
Damn.
I know.
Damn.
And not fast enough.
Right. Well, they should have released it around the Masters. That would have been in April. They should have tried to schedule it around the same time as there. I bet they get a little bump in sales.
It's funny that you say that because Nintendo is one. I mean, it seems like they kind of do plan things, and it might have been planned to be released around there just to get some. But I swear they don't say anything if there's any problems with the game, and they just delay it. They just they don't give you a date. It's just kind of yes, it's coming approximately now.
Right.
It's not
Yeah.
like
The
it'll
only
be
thing
out
I was
this
thinking.
day.
Yeah, they said it's the end of June, which is around Father's Day, but I didn't look to see when precisely Father's Day is this year.
Okay.
So that was the only thing I was thinking. Maybe they were coordinating it to be like, "Hey, look, Dad, you can't play golf this year, but you could play Nintendo golf. Is
That's
that
right.
fun too?"
Kinda.
Yeah, sort of. I want it.
Yeah. Seriously.
I'll probably get more time in to play Mario Golf than actual golf.
Oh my god.
I was gonna buy it if it was available. I was buying it right that second.
See, oh man, that would be fantastic if there was a way that you could, I don't know, and this is just me, and again, only because I have one, but with the VR headset, it's like it does kind of shut out the world. But if you could be
that would be great.
outside with the wind in your face, but I know how hard it is to see a television or like the little tiny console, but feel like you're actually golfing, standing out in your backyard and swinging it.
Right.
And, yeah, that'd be fantastic.
You probably could. I mean, oh yeah. Well, I guess Nintendo would have to have a VR option. Never mind. All right.
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if you could like stream the Nintendo to like one of the VR headsets that they have right now that accept Bluetooth connections or something. But
Right.
yeah.
And the amount of time it would take to figure that, you could go play an actual round of golf.
It'd probably be cheaper too.
Definitely be way cheaper.
Yeah.
Even if you went to one of the really, really nice, like $100 plus per round places.
Oh man, I did hear a thing the other day. It was like a buy this year $180 or something like that. But it was like I guess the entire summer with a cart, like 18 holes.
How
but
many
it was
rounds?
like 8 rounds or something like that.
Oh, that's a good price. That's a really good price.
I thought that's what it was.
8 rounds for $180
Yeah, with a cart or something like that for 18 holes. I was like,
with the cart. Yeah,
I'm like, they're trying to get people out.
Yeah, that's a really good deal. So long as the catch is being able to have time for 8 rounds of golf.
Right. Yeah, and I don't know. They didn't say like specific dates or anything. I think it was a use when you need or when you can or something like that. But
right. Yeah. Sometimes they do stuff like that, and it's like
These
weekdays
days.
only.
Oh yeah. True.
It only makes it $22.50 a round with the cart. Sometimes the cart costs that much. That's a good deal.
Right. Oh yeah. Seriously.
That's really good.
Yeah.
22
I don't remember what that
bucks.
was.
That's a good deal.
I'll take it.
Yeah, imagine every Friday you get a round of golf for $22. That's
I
sign me
did.
up.
I used to do that when I lived in Toms River area. The one golf course was a county course. It was decent. I walked it, so it was super cheap, but it was $18 for 18 holes.
Yeah,
with a
$1 a
county
hole.
card.
That's a good. Yeah, a large bucket costs that much.
Oh my god! The worst part was the one time my buddy's like, "Bring beers." I'm like, "How much?" She's like, "Just get a case." So we pull into the parking lot. I'm like, "How many should I bring?" He's like, "I don't know. How many can you fit in your bag?" I'm like, "I could probably fit the whole case in your bag." Well, just put it in there.
Right.
Fucking a
You
whole
gotta
case
lug
of
that
beer.
thing
I'm like,
around.
oh my god, the whole damn thing. I'm like, I
My
was so
shoulder.
tired. I'm like, we gotta start drinking faster. This bag is heavy as shit right now.
All right. Today I'm gonna rent a push cart. I'm
Yeah.
renting a push cart.
Back when I was in shape.
Yeah. Oh gosh, I should be in shape.
Yeah.
I just sit on a chair all day long.
Yeah, back to Nintendo news. Nintendo has a patent for upgraded Joy-Cons. The most significant change would be a cross-style D-pad in lieu of the 4 buttons that they have now.
Okay.
And then the thumbstick being similar to the 3DS low-profile thumbstick than the raised thumbstick that's on the Switch right now, too.
Is it gonna stay in the middle, the thumbstick, or is it just
Yeah,
gonna go
that's
with
I mean,
it's like it does now?
yeah, the one on my 3DS, I mean, that thing's lasted a long time, but it's weird because it's kind of like it's like it rides on a ball or something like that. Like instead of feeling like it's just a
Feels
stick,
strange.
it does feel a little bit strange. It's a little bit more smooth feeling, I think, than the. I don't know how to explain it.
Okay.
It has a different feel though.
Yeah. And are they still gonna be? I still am shocked that a new set of Joy-Cons is $80.
Oh yeah, no, I know.
Considering how much everything else in the system is priced, I think pretty reasonably.
To sell, yep.
And I know I know the games, they rarely go on sale, but they're even still priced fairly reasonably. But the controllers, that still seems, for 2 Joy-Cons to be $80 still, that seems a lot to me.
Even
when you
with the
compare
high def vibration.
Yeah, even with the high def vibration. shakes them right out of equilibrium almost immediately.
Now that was
Yeah,
the thing
I'm
that they were advertising for. That was it was supposed to be high def like vibration in a thing because it's like the feel
Shakes
of the
your
games-
eyeballs out.
No, it's like it's very like they had this one game in that shit. It's that one game where you have to face each other when you're doing you play like ping pong or sword fight and all that shit. Doesn't matter. There's one where it's in each Joy-Con it tells you to shake it and there's supposed to be dice or balls in it and then you slap it down and it or there's one where you're shaking it and you have to try to feel how many balls or like bearings are inside of the thing you're shaking and you can actually feel it feels like there's individual things in there you can count like so the actual vibrations in it is a little bit more exact than what the shake weights and stuff are in like your PlayStation and your Xbox.
Yeah, they sort of have a game like that within Mario Party where you have to pick up a box and guess which one has the most acorns in it, and then count the most acorns
Yep,
for your
yep.
team.
Okay,
Okay.
is that shaking it too, or is that just picking it up and it kind of vibrates for the number?
I think it vibrates, and the faster it vibrates, the more acorns are in it. So
Okay.
if you pick one up and it vibrates real slow, then there's only like 1 or 2 acorns in it. But if you pick it up and there's a whole bunch, like 6 or 7, it's pretty obvious. Or they do the shake thing. There's a fishing one within Mario Party where you're trying to find the biggest fish.
Yep.
And then as you can feel it, like as you stick your rod in the water, you can feel it, and if it tugs hard, if it shakes more or less, then that's a larger or smaller fish, and then you yank them out and see who's got the biggest fish.
Right. Oh boy.
How you doing?
But yeah, so that was the big changes on the Joy-Con.
Okay.
Possible.
Yeah.
It was a patent, so it's not guaranteed it's coming, but it could be with the new one.
Yeah. They're working on it.
That's right. All right, multi-platform news. Last but not least, because Pigeon misses the game so much, Overwatch League has named its favorite hero character.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, it didn't
Genshin.
come out and name it. They used numbers and calculations to tabulate who the Overwatch community had chosen to play, and it's Diva.
Oh, really?
With almost
I would not have
60
guessed Diva.
Yeah. With almost 61,000 hours played and more than 100 hours more than the second place hero, which wasn't named. Diva was the number 1 choice. But the top 5 were, and this isn't in any order that they said was 1 to 5, but it was Diva, as mentioned, Winston, Tracer, Mercy, and Zenyatta.
That's surprising to me. I'm surprised by a lot of that list. Not so much Mercy and Zenyatta because you need a good healer.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't have picked Diva as the most played, but Winston and Tracer, I would never in a million years have put them in the top 5. I wouldn't even put them in the top 20 probably.
See, they got into talking, and again, I don't know if it's different because it's Overwatch League in comparison to just Overwatch, but
Yeah, I guess.
they said that Winston and Tracer, actually all of these, were original characters. So they've been around
alright.
since the
So
start of games, so that's why maybe they
Just
had
have-
original more play time to start with.
Like I would have thought Reaper or
Roadhog?
McCree.
McCree too?
Or Roadhog, yeah. Or there's a lot of Junkrat now that I'm saying. Like I would have picked any of those before Winston for sure.
Right.
I never see rarely do I see Winston, or occasionally there's a good Tracer, but I don't even see Tracer that much.
I've been doing okay with Tracer the last few times I played on Mystery Heroes.
Yeah, starting to figure her out.
It's kind of. I always forget to do the rewind when I get low on my health. Always.
Right.
And I'm not good with. I know the people are sitting there that are playing her that are really good. They're counting in their head how long the cooldowns are for each one. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I get too caught up in the fight and forget to do that shit.
Right. And then you're dead because you're too caught up in the fight.
Yep,
And
exactly.
Oh, you can't be caught up. You cannot be caught up in a fight. Or even Soldier. How's Soldier not on that list?
Oh my god, that was Pigeon's favorite for how long?
Yeah. Forever, like the first year, and that's not even a joke. Like he wouldn't play unless he could be Soldier.
All right, we got to go to a different room, guys.
Like, back out. I can't be Soldier. Back out. Pick a different. I'm not doing. I don't even know what to do.
Right.
Or Bastion. Like, yeah, I'm definitely surprised by that list.
Okay. Like I said, it might be
pretty cool.
something different because it's Overwatch League than just Overwatch, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but what's really the difference between League and Overwatch? Just that there's rankings in there.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's with League play. I wonder if there's like I don't know.
Teamwork component to
No,
it.
there's definitely a teamwork component to it.
Yeah, a better team, or people actually try to do the teamwork and play as a unit instead of just we need a healer. Fine, I'll be one.
Yeah, exactly. Or I don't have to be a healer, so I'm not gonna because nobody else is. And screw it, I don't like being a healer, so I'm not doing it. Right.
Right. We'll just be all heroes.
Yep. All right. On that, let's take one last break, and we'll be back with Diarrhea of the Mouth.
Hate going out with an obvious hairpiece? Is your confidence at an all-time low? Afraid a gusty wind might blow off that mop? Hi, I'm Celtic Fox, and there is nothing more disappointing of when you're closing the deal and this happens. Wait, what the hell is that? Is that what I think it is? Here's the scenario. You and your lady of the night are having a great time. She asks you for a nightcap and you agree. Next thing you know, you guys are getting hot and heavy. And bam, son, you take off your shirt and off comes the toop. Well, fret no longer. Hair in a bottle gives you that little confidence that you need prior to your date. Just put it on, feel okay for a few minutes, and off you go with less than stellar but yet solid confidence. Hair in a Bottle is available at all gas stations along major highways. Just don't believe me. Go and give it a twirl.
All right, and we're back with Diarrhea of the Mouth.
All right.
You almost done with your Hazy Wander?
Yeah, I'm nursing more than I should, but yeah, I'm almost done. How about yours?
My Focal Banger by the
Got some?
Alchemist. It's actually good. I'm close to done with it. It is a pint can, but it's really tasty. They make a damn good beer, I gotta say.
Yeah. Do you like this one better than Heady Topper?
I don't remember what the Heady Topper tasted like, but this one's good, just like that one.
Right. You don't remember precisely?
Not exactly for comparison. No, I'd need them side by side to do that. But
Mhm.
this one is equally as good. I would say I'd give it like a 4, 4.25.
Wow, that's good.
And
That's a good
Untapped.
rate.
That's right.
Untapped.
That's right. All right, Diarrhea of the Mouth. We really need to have this topic discussion when Pigeon comes back to see how he's been doing since he started huffing pollutants back in the day. But
He's unavailable.
that's it. But human penises are shrinking due to pollution, scientists warn.
Damn.
Dr.
The environment's
Shauna,
going to clean right up.
Dr. Shauna Swam warns that chemicals used when manufacturing plastics impact the hormone-producing endocrine system and result in a growing number of babies being born with altered male and female reproductive parts.
Oh, jeez.
So there was a question of, Pigeon, how close did your mom live to that plastics plant before you were born, and how long did you live there after in Camden?
She must have been right inside, according to him. We lived there. We weren't near it. We were in it.
We lived in the smokestack. It was shut up. It was a bad time.
It was so warm.
All year round.
Thanks for bringing it up. Jerks. Oh,
shit.
see?
But yeah, they're saying,
Whatever.
the doctor was saying smaller penises
That's what you say. That's bad news.
and misformed or misshapen sexual parts.
Sounds just like a new excuse. Like, it's not my fault. It's the friggin' pollution.
That's right. Plastics pollution.
Otherwise, yeah, plastics. Otherwise, I'd be hung like a friggin' donkey. It's not my fault. It's the damn plastics.
It's not even I was in a pool. It was it's plastics pollution.
It's the plastics that they're pumping into the air.
Jesus. I can imagine George Costanza coming out. It's the plastics.
That's definitely a Seinfeld line.
That's awesome. Oh, shit. All right. And the last thing is have you wondered about old people smell and where it comes from?
No, but now I am.
Yep. Well, there's a study, and it states that it comes down to something called 2-noniol, which is a chemical compound that is created when omega-7 fatty acids on the skin break down through oxidation.
Ugh.
And it is noted that it's not bad hygiene.
Where do omega-7 fatty acids come from?
I don't know, but supposedly as you get older, I guess they're released, or at least the oils in your skin are released easier or something like that.
I guess.
Yeah.
Need more plastic. That's what we need all the plastic for. Keep those smells in.
That's right.
Get rid of the stinky old people.
And they said you can help with the fact by a healthier diet and lifestyle.
I'm not doing that.
Forget exactly.
I'll stink.
So old people smell is going to be inevitable for all of us.
They're not doing nothing. We're all going to stink.
That's right.
We're going to have tiny wieners and stink forever.
Forever.
Till we're dead. That's it.
Yeah. It was interesting reading about that though, because I'm just like, I just thought it was diapers and the freaking place that you were in, but yeah.
Yeah, the stale air that you just sit around and linger and just
they
wait
keep
forever.
recycling and pumping back into the place. Yeah.
Never open a window.
Yep.
Only fresh air is through the front door.
Yeah. But it's not that at all. It comes down to chemistry and body secretions.
Damn chemistry.
Gross.
So gross.
Yeah. All right. Well, we don't have any questions from listeners, so I guess we'll go right into our beer pairing or beer thoughts, since we don't have a Kelk pairing, since he's not on anymore. So
must just remove that segment.
I know. Just all right. So yeah, and your beer fans.
I like it. Mine, it's almost got like a it definitely has like a vanilla flavor to it, but it almost has like a milkshakey consistency to it too. It's good. I like it a lot. How about yours?
As a hazy?
Yeah, it's a hazy wonder. It's called.
I guess it is a wonder being milkshakey and vanilla with a hazy IPA.
Yeah. So yeah, this
Is
was
it
definitely
smooth then? Not a lot of bite?
yeah, it's definitely smooth. Most of the hazy ones that I've tried are really smooth. It kind of tastes like candy.
Okay.
But this one definitely has some sort of like in the back, sort of like a I'm gonna say sort of like a milkshakey milk ice cream yogurt. I don't know, something about it hits the back like that. But yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay.
It's like it almost tastes soft, if that's a way that beer could taste. I
No, yeah,
guess.
because there's some of the I don't want to say some of the milk stouts that I've had, even that Fudgy the Whale, I think, or Fudgy the Beer that I had.
Yeah, right.
That one kind of had like a soft chocolatey flavor to it.
Yeah, and instead of chocolate, I would say this one was more of a
Vanilla.
vanilla like flavor.
Okay. All right.
And you like yours from the Alchemist?
My focal banger, it's good. I would definitely buy it again if I could find it. So yeah, I'd like it more than
Road
just
trip.
one.
Yeah,
Like a 4-pack,
only needs
6-pack
like an
anyways.
8-hour trip to Vermont
Exactly.
each way.
Yeah. Oh my God. Maybe a good reason to take the camper out for a little road trip.
There you go. Where are we going? The brewery. Where is it? Vermont.
That's right. Nicole's like, well, that's a state we haven't been to yet, so okay, let's go.
All right, fine.
Yeah.
Sold.
That's right.
Where are we going? One stop. There's only one place to see in Vermont.
Yeah, it's the Alchemist. And Stout.
The Alchemist.
That's
Is
right.
it near Killington? I don't know.
No idea. Never been.
Maybe you might be able to see it.
Yeah, exactly. We'll drive past it, I promise.
Yeah, there it is. Look, everybody, look.
Hey guys, Big Ben Parliament. All right, well that's the show. I want to thank everybody for listening. And I'm going to thank whatever's for the beer. If you
Yeah.
guys have any questions, comments, feedback that you want to send to us so we can have questions from listeners on our show, you can reach us at The Loaded Couch on Twitter or www.theloadedcouch.com or theloadedcouch@gmail.com. Pretty much The Loaded Couch everywhere. So if you have any questions, you want to reach out, let us know. Any feedback with regards to what we talked about on this show or stuff you want us to discuss regarding like new games, new game consoles, any of that stuff, let us know. And thanks for listening.
Thanks.